Today marks 30 years since the Los Angeles police officers charged with beating African-American Rodney King were acquitted and the city erupted in violence. More than 30 people were killed in the uprising. The days of riots and looting that followed resulted in damage costing $1 billion. 3 decades on, many remain pessimistic about race relations in the city. Sophie Long reports.
They are a danger. They still put targets on your backs.
For some black Americans whose loved ones were killed in encounters with police, the fight for justice is just beginning.
Justice for our people.
30 years ago, the policemen who were filmed beating Rodney King were acquitted and LA burned. More than 60 people were killed in the uprising that lasted 6 days. It changed Los Angeles and America. But how much depends on who you ask.
The basic tectonic plates have not changed. The basic poverty, the basic segregation, the basic economic discrimination and racism. We create ghettos in this country, and then we send cops in to contain and suppress what ghettos create. Until that toxic physics of racial deprivation, till that ends, you're going to continue to see riots.
In a park in downtown LA, a man armed with a knife is arrested without anyone being harmed. The man in charge says policing here has changed.
In my 35 years on the job, we've established relations where we never had a footprint in a community. There were certain areas of the community, the lower poverty-stricken areas, where police went only in there to arrest people, but now we have engagement. We have activities for children, for youth, for the community involvement. So I think we've really expanded a long way.
The cop that murdered my boy is going to get prosecuted. Kenneth Ross Jr., say his name.
At a weekly protest against police brutality, I asked Dr. Melina Abdullah, co-founder of Black Lives Matter LA, what she thought of that.
They're wrong. I would say that I'm a black mother in black Los Angeles who has 3 black children who constantly feel intimidated, harassed, and feel the threat of police brutality. So even if they have relationships, those relationships are not equal relationships. Those relationships come as a result of fear and intimidation.
Many here are fighting for justice and for change.
I would like to see officers prosecuted that are murdering people's children, okay? Just like if you went to murder someone, you would be prosecuted. So just because they're the police hiding behind badges, that does not give them the right to murder someone and get away with it.
So the families of those who've been killed can find peace, and their young brothers can have a future free from fear and intimidation. Sophie Long, BBC News, Los Angeles.